Yeah, life can be wonderful. Keep your mind to it. We all can gain victory. Come on.
Check and see how you feeling today. So I hear myself talk enough and my voice can carry. I'm not here for myself today. I'm here for you today. So I'm one of those kind of people that if you have something to say, speak up, right? Use your words. Also, too, if it's something that you don't want to be in agreement with, you don't have to do it, right? Because we're all adults here. All that I ask is that it's participation, because once again, I'm here of service to you. So I'm gonna get all the logistics out of the way. Once again, I'm not big on hierarchy. I think we're all one in agreement, whatever our titles are. I'm here once again just to have an intimate conversation about taking up space. This is one of the songs that I leaned into when I was trying to find a pivot in my life about finding success. The people that I needed in my life, the people that I needed to help me build brick by brick, stone by stone, and the people that were not going to tear me down or take things away from me. So to get the logistics out of the way, my name is Alexis Gadson. I'm a former student, proud student of Kansas City, Kansas Community College. I won't tell you what year, but I was a student. You may find some pictures of me somewhere around here. So I work with the Student Ambassador Program, Economics Club, so on and so forth, Phi Theta Kappa, for those that like to know about what people were a part of. And I went on to school, Emporia State University, Stingers up. First African-American woman there, and soon to complete the political science program. Then I went on to get my master's in business administration that led me to where I am now, which is the entrepreneurship mindset. And that's how I dictate even in my personal life. I run my personal life even as a business. So it's important to understand what I mean by that is the hiring and firing. Meaning I do reassessments of my relationships. I do performance assessments like every 3 months. I check in with myself and I check in with the people that are around me. Do you hear what I'm saying? Because it's important, because what the brother said before on the tape, how he said winning mindset. But we know a lot of mindset starts with environment. Can anyone else name what mindset starts with? What feeds into your mind to help you develop who you are?
Really how you talk to yourself.
Absolutely. Give me an example of how you should talk to yourself.
Take every mistake and every failure as a learning experience. Anytime you have corrupted content, anytime anything bad happens, take it as a learning experience. You only fail.
Okay, all right. Anybody else want to lean in, chime in?
Never give up on your
Come on. I think you got a powerful voice. Come on now.
Never give up on your dreams and goals.
Never give up on your dreams and goals in life. Say that again.
Never give up on your dreams and goals in life.
All right. Never give up on your dreams and goals in your life. I know some of you, again, y'all younger than me, so I come in the era where we say hater, right? I know there's some other language that happens because I have a 70-year-old and she reminds me all the time how removed I am, right, sometimes. But what I had learned is when people, there's jealousy that happens there. So they will start to say, oh man, well, you're not going to do that. You can't accomplish that because what you want to be, sis, because you stylish, you fly. What you want to do? I can see by the glasses. You just kind of comfortable today.
Cosmetology.
Okay. You want to do hair. Well, why you want to do hair?
Because I'm a DJ.
You think so?
Yeah, I know so.
Well, whose hair you done done? I ain't seen you do
I've done her hair.
Okay.
I've done many
Okay.
of people's hair.
Okay. And what does that mean? You think you special? Where you from?
North Kansas.
Never heard. It ain't like you from Chicago or nothing. Okay. So that right there, if you know something like about me, I'm on the spot. I'm about the realness of it. I can stand up here and tell you that everything is going to be perfect, cookie cutter, right? While you're in school now, everything is going to go perfect. You are going to have some people that are even closest to you. See how close I was to you, sis, that you let me in your space? But I almost could have gotten your psyche. So it's very important to be careful of the people that you allow, even that are in your close space. Remember what I said? I do a reassessment. So if there's no growth, if there's no what? If there's no what? There should be no connection. And that's the hard part a lot of times, even our friends and our family. Be mindful. So what are some other things that can impact the way that you live your life and the way that your life can turn out? Can somebody else tell me?
Your decisions,
What do you mean by that? Let me know.
the choices that you make.
Yeah. Give me a hard, concrete example.
Choosing who you want to be friends with.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay. My brother.
Happy. Be happy. Be around it.
Okay, all right. Anybody else?
Stand firm on what you stand on.
Standing firm on what you stand on. So tell me more, but what do you mean by that? Yeah, I am. I ask a lot of questions.
Nah, you good. What I mean by that, like, when you stand firm on what you stand on means, like, don't let nobody stop with you.
Don't let nobody stop your drive.
Right.
Don't let nobody hate on your drip. Don't let nobody get in your mind. Because, yes,
You can finish.
no, I'm here for you.
I was just gonna say, be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove.
Okay, tell me more. I mean, that's poetic, so let
But
me know.
I was thinking far as by standing, being wise when it comes to your dreams. Take baby steps, because everybody has to take baby steps when it comes to their dreams. And always write everything down. Make sure you do, I don't know how to really put it, plan ahead, write everything down so you can be okay, if I go to college I can do this and this can help me, learning new abilities, how to do this, start your own business or stuff like that. So that's why I said be wise as a serpent and just as a dove.
Come on, push through. So one of the things that you hit on was planning. Did anybody hear that? There was so much great things that you said, but the planning, motivation. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know everyone's age. I was a non-traditional student when I came to Kansas City, Kansas Community College, because that was one of the things I lacked focus. I was so codependent on my environment. I was so codependent on thinking somebody was going to help me build brick by brick that I was waiting. And I did. I became a part of the poverty mindset. And I lacked planning. I entered motherhood very early, one of the best things of my life, but however, because of the lack of planning and the choices that I decided to make early on, I had the desires to go on to different colleges. I'm glad I made the choice and decision with Kansas City, Kansas Community College. But as I seen other people move on and go on, as the brother was saying on there, as people were moving and shaking around me, there was something disrupted inside of me that said that I want more. Because I didn't become a planner or attention to detail. I was like, oh, I'm young, I'll figure it out later. But we all know, we remember when we were 12. And like this gentleman over here that I met, 14. Now years just continue on. So it's never too early for you to plant the seed. But once again, it matters the people that you have surrounding you. What's another recipe outside of planning and the people around you that you think that can help you to motivate you to build and to continue on in your success in your career? Come on now. Don't be quiet on me now. Is there anything else that could help you as a motivator to help you achieve your goals?
Just take action.
Take action.
Some people get too caught up on the planning, they start procrastinating. Oh my gosh, I can't speak English. It's where when you do that, you get too caught up on the plan, and then you never take that first step, ever. That first step is the most important. Once you start winning, it's so hard to lose, because you find unlimited energy from the universe.
Absolutely. That's powerful. Thank you for speaking deep down within yourself and allowing a safe space to share just that. And that was the next step of the actual activation planning, is that the execution. because ideation was happening all day long. I want to be a psychologist. I want to be this. I want to be that. I want to create a song. I want to open up a boutique. I had all of these levels of ideation, but no execution and no planning. And faith without works or anything is dead. You have to be able to have the momentum. You have to have the drive. You have to have the movement. And so there was one occurrence where I was able to have the opportunity to teach in China. And I did. And that took a big leap as I heard someone is going on to the military. So being away from family, traveling, why would you want to go all the way over there? Why would you want to do this? Why? You don't know anything. You don't want to be immersed in a different culture. But it opened my mind to a world that was bigger and that helped me in my motivation within my business. Because you're going to deal with different people of different walks of life, right? They're not always going to be from where you're from. So I spent 6 weeks immersed in that. So I took a leap and I didn't listen to anyone else. I listened within myself. I found the resources and everything aligned and I was able to move forward. So the reason why I tell you that is if there's something that's on your mind and it's just like it's itching at you, finishing being cosmetology, but then going to Bronner Brothers and be a platform, right? Someone else saying like how I try to come at you, right? And say, oh, you can't do that. Don't let that get in your head. Don't let that get in your psyche. You may not have the full registration fee, but you may have someone like a Mr. Roger or Kansas City Community College that can pour into you, right? But you gotta be able to first take the first step of action. And also too, when you have action, have a plan. That is actually important. Have it written down like my brother said here. Have like a business plan, a market. You have to have a plan so someone can, if you want someone to especially invest in it, monetary, we don't want to just hear ideation. We want to know how are you going to plan, how are you going to use the funds, and what's the end result of it, okay? So I want us to do an activity right now. It's not going to require any writing, and it's not going to be something to answer that you do not already have. But I just want you to take 1 minute alone to reflect. Yes. Yes. Okay. 1 minute to reflect and just think about where you are in your life now. Who are your mentors? Who are the people that are pouring into your life now? And one thing that you would like to transform or change within your life. And I want you to self-reflect for 2 minutes. And that's just the first step. And then I'll tell you the next step after that. Okay? All right, cool. Are we thinking our gears turning and self-reflecting? Alrighty, who would like to share? Because I see everybody looking up, so I assume that they didn't even think too less on it. Get through. I always have a 3-second rule. 3 seconds to volunteer, and then it's volunteer. I'll put first.
Something about changing yourself or your life. Basically, seeing the world in a different light, if that makes sense. Seeing business and seeing the world in 2 different lenses per se. Seeing one through a creative realm, but also being able to disable that to where you can go out and you don't see everything as a creative opportunity. I say that from your background of a content producer, videographer, to where want to change how I interact with certain people is not always looking for an opportunity, but to be able to have genuine relationship. Well, I wouldn't say genuine. Being able to have relationships that I don't try to turn into business, if that makes sense.
Transactional.
Yes.
So
Transactional,
relational
yes.
versus transactional.
Yes. Thank you.
Absolutely, thank you. And actually, that is powerful. So, as I shared earlier about how I conduct my life as like a business, when I meant that it's not necessarily transactional. Having a plan, having ideation, having levels of execution, having the right resources connected to what it is that I'm trying to drive as motivators in my life, right? And networking is a major piece of it. Because just think about it, some of us are freshmen, we're at different points of our life within the school here. And there's different drivers that we have. So for me, I didn't come from a family with money, so financial aid was one of my motivators as far as being able to go to school. So for me, it made sense for me to have a connection, have great grades, so I could thus get scholarships or continue on financial aid. So that's always in a sense of motivation and networking as well. That's not just necessarily transactional. Opportunities of scholarships, like coming to events like this, being able to make it clear about what it is that you do, where you would like to see yourself go. You never know if that person can help motivate you to move you a lot closer to your goal, right? So is there anybody else that would like to share? You had more? Wonderful.
Well, basically at the end, what you were kind of saying is you never know who you meet. You could go out and you see some guy who's dressed horribly. It turns out he's a multi-millionaire with 50 nonprofits. So you treat everybody equally, and eventually you're going to treat someone the right way, and they're going to give you an opportunity that's going to change your life. Am I right?
Change your life. It's up to you, because this was a motivator for what motivates you. So that is impactful what you just said. You never know how someone could. I start using the word transform. Change is, that's inevitable. That's going to happen regardless. But transform is something that can culminate to something much bigger. I like to think on a global level, right? Not just at a level right here. So thus, if I come to this meeting here, I do not have an assumption that I'm only going to meet students, right? So I'm going to be prepared. So do you have some cards for your content as a content creator? You do? Where are they? Does everyone have one? Okay, so that's also too, preparedness. If you stay ready, I know our parents have told us that. Finish it for me.
You gotta get ready.
Stay ready. You ain't gotta get ready. So, say for instance, without knowing who I am, I may be a producer, right? Somewhere that you want to go. Hey, how are you doing today? I want to hand you my card. I want to let you know a little bit more. Another thing too is, I'm sure they've already worked with you on this, is having your elevator pitch. Elevator pitch is your personal marketing and branding. How do you want to show up in the world to somebody else? What is it that the message that you want to give across? Hi, how are you doing today? My name is so-and-so. It's wonderful meeting you. Lovely, I love your dress. Or something to find something personable, correct? A way for you to connect, to build your network. Hey, I just wanted to share something about you. This gentleman, he came over, he showed me that he drew cars. So I have a child that draws. So we were able to draw that connection. And for the business-minded person, they think of ways how you can partner. Business-minded people figure out how to partner. Non-business-minded people want to find how to deplete your resources. Think about that. You want an asset, or who are my accounting people in here? Money. Asset or what? Liability. Do you want an asset, something that's going to add value, or you want something that's going to take away value? Right? So those are things too. Also think about, not every partnership or connection is meant to be. So some things will have to be only solely transactional, because some partnerships are just, there's going to be a misalignment. But what I like what you said is to give it an opportunity, right? So you're going to have cards the next time, right?
Yep.
And you're going to have enough. Okay.
My thing is, I have digital right now.
Okay.
I'm still waiting to get my business card shipped to me, if that makes sense.
Okay, let me give you something. I want to give you feedback there. We in 2025, right? So just take what I tell you as constructive. I was a pencil and paper kind of person. Someone taught me about QR codes.
Yep.
That's where you can get the same information digital. I have a digital business card. So you're going to prepare yourself for different audiences because people, we're living in the world now on the phones. So then a person could just, and then also too from a business, a lot of times you're starting with no capital, right? Little to no money as a college student. So you're going to be as creative as possible with your resources. So you can print out one piece of paper and have a QR code on there, and they can go directly to your portfolio or your website. And you just have it. And you already have it on your phone to your QR and say, hey, scan it right here. So that's one of the things I want us to get out of the thing of no excuses. There's no, if you want to build, you have to build it yourself brick by brick. And the only way people are going to take you serious, like he said, is when you start winning. But you have to take your own life serious. No one else is going to do it for you. So that means we're finishing school, you're going to want to say, hey, why didn't anyone come to this? Why didn't anyone help me with my homework? No, you have to sometimes own your own career. At my current role, I'm a dualpreneur. I work a 9 to 5, and on the side I have entrepreneurship. With that being said, that was one of the main things tenants they told me. You have to own your own career. You have to build your own network, and you have to drive it. You have to reach out to people because they have already been where I'm trying to go. And you have to then say, if they see you doing the work, they're willing to help you. Like professors, sometimes you say, hey, Professor so-and-so didn't want to help me. No, sometimes ask the feedback. When I came to you for help, is there a reason? Could you give me some feedback as to why you didn't? I felt that you did not want to help me. He was like, well, I noticed one day you were horsing around in the hallway. The way that you were carrying yourself, it didn't align with what you were asking me to do. Also, too, I noticed that our meeting was at 9 o'clock and you came at 9:15. So with those things, keep those things in mind. I want to hear from somebody else as well about what can be a motivator, something who are your mentors, who have helped you come along within your current goals or your future goals. Everybody here should have a mentor, so everybody should be raising their hand. Everybody should have someone that's a motivator or helping them get to where they are or where they like to go. And if they don't, they need to get a mentor. Because you're going to need someone that's going to help you throughout your life. No one can do it on your own. No offense, no, it's not your mama, no, it's not your daddy. Because I expressed to my daughter, she wants to be a veterinarian. I'm not a veterinarian. So she had to find her own personal board of directors, meaning people that's going to help her put in position. So I told her to write down 5 influential people outside of myself that can actually help her to get to where she wants to go. She's a first semester student actually here at Kansas City, Kansas Community College. She graduated at semester. So she technically is graduating high school, but as a college student as well. I told her, you're gonna have to be your own driving force and your motivator. And she comes up here, she'll see Mr. Roger and ask questions. You have free resources that are readily available that usually would be $2.50 an hour for charge for consultancy. Because I'm a consultant as well, and I know what my hourly rate is. And I have a friend as well that's an attorney, and I know what their hourly rate is. So you have this readily available. You have to use them. They're not going to chase you down. They're not going to beg you to come. If you want it, you got to get it. So everyone, right now, I want you to tell me. We're going to go down the road, and then I'm going to close here. Tell me who's your mentor. Name one mentor. Okay. How has he mentored? Also, too, your mentors have to be in alignment. And tell me, too, what is the value added?
Like at a time, I would say I was in a tough place. Like I was really shy. and the career that I wanted to pursue was like acting. And so he got me into the YouTube series, The Adventures of Sleek Negro Mac, and then he was like, you should like build your craft some more as an actor, like do a more serious role that's like different. And then I started doing like a different character, and I'm building my craft on like social media.
Give her a hand clap. I can tell that helped. You did not shy away and say, no, 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 no. I'm sure at one point you were like, no, I don't want to speak. So when I say value added, I want to hold there too. Having the right partnerships have to mean value added. That means you have to have a metric of growth. That meaning that you're not still stuck where you were, and give yourself a timeline. You have to have a timeline. You see how she was able to say how he added value? No, he didn't just say, oh, your hair looks nice, or thank you for coming. She was able to have a metric in her growth. At one point, I didn't feel comfortable having this kind of exchange. However, through my mentorship, over time, that muscle was strengthened and built. And now that's catapulted me and helped me closer to my future. You here? Oh, that's good. I'm happy to see you. Who's your mentor? Okay. We taking notes here, whoever. So we're gonna help identify, is there a resource here for mentor? Okay, so make sure you connect here. That's my challenge, accountability, one-on-one. Find a mentor that's gonna help you through school, whether that's someone to hold you accountable for time management, whether that's somebody's gonna hold you accountable to get your assignments in. Everyone needs a mentor, okay? All right, it's good that our mama went to school, it's good our daddy went to school, but you need people sometimes outside of if you were someone like me, we didn't come for money, I needed someone that could help me in that area of resources, right? So my mama didn't have money, so it didn't make sense to only rely on my mother. It makes sense for me to get out there and go and get it. Even though she has a degree in business administration, however, I wanted to go down a different path. No, I'm not skipping over you.
Oh, no, you don't have to. Nah, I would say my mentor would be Roger for sure. Definitely like 2016, 2017. I feel like I didn't have no plan for real. Like I was in college, just walking around, just chilling, skipping class, going to game room, just beating everybody in game room, whatever. But just chilling. And then he came to me. Well, I seen him. We seen each other in the hallway. We was talking. He was like, yeah, on Thursday, we just, I'm like, all right, cool. So, we have our one-on-ones, we were talking, I'm like, I want to do YouTube, and I don't know how to start, I don't know how to do it. And he was just giving me the blueprint, helping me out with it, and just showing like, hey, this is how you just stay consistent. Consistency is the battle. That's the hardest thing, is consistency. So, it took me a little minute to figure it out, to actually get it going. I finally did, and every time, now I'm getting consistent doing with my YouTube stuff, and trying to pursue acting and everything, and it's all thanks to him because he elevated me. So.
Come on, push through, brother. Come on. And you speak with so much conviction and passion.
Yeah, I used to.
See?
Yeah.
So there's a level of confidence.
No game dead.
There's a confidence that comes with this. I'm seeing, and communication is one of the key things. No matter what you want to do, whether you want to even be behind a computer, and that's fine, and not people facing. When you go on an interview, you're still going to have to connect. So you're going to have to sharpen your speaking skills, because again, you don't know when that could be your next moment. So also too, once again, your challenge is an elevator pitch. 30 seconds, not now, but come up with what is your brand? What do you want people to know about you in those quick 30 seconds? Well, actually 10 seconds. Because I forgot with the videos now, the shorts now, the attention span is shorter. So 30 seconds is too long. So 10 seconds to tell people what you want people to know about you. Because again, you don't know how they may transform your life. And what you said that was powerful is blueprint. The blueprint. He didn't mind, he didn't gatekeep. He didn't mind. Successful business owner mask and model other successful business owners that have successfully accomplished it. Why reinvent the wheel?
Because I definitely feel like some people has gatekeep stuff. So that's why I shout out to him, because he's actually like, I don't care, he want everybody to eat, want everybody to win. So yeah, that's why I salute and respect.
Did you get that?
I got that.
Everybody can eat.
Everybody eat.
Everybody
Come on, talk to
eat.
him.
Not only figuratively, but spiritually, everything else everybody can win. So when you pour into somebody else, the synergy that comes with it, he's already accomplished. So he said, why wouldn't I want you to be accomplished? Because that would be the real fruits of your labor. That's what I'm going to teach you in about business. It's a difference. Does anyone know a difference between someone that's self-employed and a business owner?
Self-employed is you're basically doing everything yourself, and being a business owner means you have employees, means you're able to take a day off and you're still making money. Self-employed, you take a day off, you get sick, your mother's in the hospital, you are losing out on money and clients. So when you have employees, you're able to take a day off. That's really the main difference.
Yes. I'm going to pull more out of you. That's perfect here. Sustainability. That's a word I want you to walk away with. If nothing else, sustainability. Meaning that there's a level of attainment that sustainability is a business owner, correct? It's on autopilot. So whether I'm there or not, it's a continuation. So that's the synergy you get with mentorship. Whether that person is there or not, the work that you do will show up and show the level of commitment between the two. So whether Mr. Roger is here or not, the way you show up in your community or whether you show up in your plans, that is the true value there. To say that, you know what? I'm sorry, what was your name?
Christian.
I met Christian. That's a really stand-up kind of guy. Do you happen to know Christian? Because people talk in the community. Do you happen to know Christian? Well, yeah, actually, he's actually one of my mentees. Well, he wants to be able to say, well, what was the transaction? What was the interaction like, right? And he want to be, and I can firsthand be able to say, man, that Christian, he has a good head on his shoulder. I may not know the other story that comes behind it, which I don't need to know. But your elevator pitch, the way that you carried yourself in that 10 seconds in your brand speaks volumes. So that's also to think about. So I know we're going to wrap it up here. And then to answer that for self-employed, you're wearing a lot of hats. That's why the word self is in there. No one can do anything on self. To be a successful business owner, that's when you know you attain and achieve business, meaning your own personal business, which is yourself and your brand, when you're able to be on autopilot. So whether you're there or not, people will still speak highly of your brand. And it can still function and continue, and your legacy goes on and on and on. Your mentor.
So, starting as a freshman, I had a lot of ideation about where I wanted to go. And I've always had the plans and the steps in my mind, but they stayed in my mind for a really long time because I was scared to actually execute it. And then I met my friend and mentor, Gilberto, who was exactly where I want to be. And he finally pushed me to put my plans into action so that I could start actually executing my plan too.
Your mentor.
I would say Miss Fisher. She works here. She's on the customer services building. I just think I'm able to connect with her and trust her.
That's perfect, right? And once again, we're all in the safe space. Also, too, as you can see, I don't come with perfection. That's why I like to speak in the intimate, because sometimes it's like, okay, I feel like I have to be apologetic. Just like I wanted to share something with you. Right now, we're not in a formal, we're in a formal, semi-formal setting. Just be yourself, but be unapologetic, because then that's where you will find the resources to help you refine those things that help you on that. So you don't have to pull into that shine. It's like, I don't know. You don't need this validation, because it sounds like you have someone that can help you here and go where you need to go.
The multiple mentors I have, one that has really helped me a lot his name is Mike. He owns Row 32 over there in Edwardsville, and he actually has had his own production company that was really successful doing it on the Las Vegas Strip. So.
And you still connected with
him?
Mike?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Okay. Oh, Mr. Rick. Okay, wonderful. Kudos.
I would say Roger. He gave me ideas for my Swag King show. I was telling him like I don't want my Swag King show to be all about me. I told him like it's you're probably wondering what I'm talking about. It's about my outfits. So because I like to when people compliment me, because I always ask them like, can I get a video of what you said? And I told Roger like I'm getting tired of my Swag King show. Like I want to do something different. And he was like, just interview other people when it comes to their outfits. And I was like, oh, okay, shoot. And I was like, let's keep it going. So I was ready to just give up on it, if that makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense, because actually that's what stood out to me. I came one time, there was a lady, the counselor speaking, and you were like a Dapper Dan. That's what you remind me. Do you know who Dapper Dan is in New York? Look him up. That's my challenge to you. He is iconic for his fashion. He's based out of New York. That's reminding me when you had your suit, Dapper Dan is almost like the godfather of the fashion world. So next time, I'm gonna ask you, who is Dapper Dan? Okay, look him up. Your mentor. Could you identify me too?
Only active.
Okay. And what value? What's the value like? Where you started? What do you say from having that mentorship? Have you learned from that?
I guess the most valuable thing I've learned is to like mentor with the process.
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, that was to endure with the process. That's what I got.
Yes, thank you. I've learned to do multiple models. So, gentlemen.
Mine is a friend named Josh. We met a few years ago, and I'm about to give up on drawing cars indefinitely. And he told me to just keep trying, and that I would soon be there. So I just kept going. Every once in a while, we'll see each other, say hi. He'll ask how I'm doing. And to be honest, I'm doing better at drawing the cars than I was a few years ago.
Those cars, that Camaro and DeLorean, all of that was nice. He shared his portfolio with me. What's the value of that?
Well, I'm building school.
Okay.
What stood out to Mr. Roger when he said yes, he said, I see potential. So, when I say stand firm on what you stand on, that's what you have to do. Because you can't let nobody, like you said, take you off your feet. So, like I said, I'm still trying to, gain what I lost. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it's hard, but like I said, I'm gonna stay in contact with him. He's a good man, and keep coming to his FBOE. I'm gonna keep coming to him, and I'm gonna actually start talking to him personally because I'll be wanting to know more knowledge and wisdom from him. He's a good dude. For real. So this is my freshman year in college. So okay.
When I came to you, that was something that I think I agree stood out. I want you to, and I think that will come with our beautiful people back here when they say that inner voice, and I'm sure there could even be some synergy connection here, is that there's more power to your voice. But I don't want to get into, why you maybe feel like there's a level of, but there's a lot of transformation you could do on this campus, right? But there's a level of surety in reaffirmation in yourself, no one else, to happen. Because something that stood out to me was something, I'm trying to regain something I lost. However, that may have been a part of the purpose. Because what do we do a lot of times? Something we're comfortable with, we want to reach back, or we want to look back, or we want to say, I want to go back to who I used to be. We've gone through things, right, and say, oh, I want that old person back, or, I gained a little weight, I want to be that skinny version again, or, I want that boo thing, that old thing back. No, we need to leave that where that at, right? Right? We chase it, almost got some cases, different things going on. Hey, I speak real. Hey, don't ask me me nothing if you want the cookie cutter version, right? Because I've seen it all. I may have done a little bit of it all, right? But I'm transformed, right? So with that is, next time I see you, you speak in your power. You hear what I'm saying? Stop speaking with.
I got you.
You okay? You got me. I'm gonna get off of you. I know when to leave people alone.
I'm gonna say one more thing. I'm just like him, like as far as like used to. I started a YouTube channel and started to try to, first it was like speaking, but then it was just different things and just gaining, and then I started doing it on YouTube. Then I posted on TikTok. Then I posted on all these different platforms because you never know what can happen. You never know what dream you can fulfill.
We can all eat. What do they have now? These influencer houses where everybody is, what was that, Kai Cenat, probably said, he gave a key to all of his friends, right? And the powerful thing is when you're able to collaborate together. And that's why I said, real business people don't compete. The people that are up here, real business people, they're collaborating. That's the difference. So you want to be with the people that will not compete, but that want to collaborate. So I give you that challenge to look up, not even just millionaire, not everyone wants to be a millionaire or billionaire, but people that are really making an impact. They're having meetings with influential people. They're not doing a lot of gossiping and keeping up with what else is going on. Most of these people, they're eating, they're grinding, right? So I say this to you, if it's not on autopilot, you can't afford to be sleeping. Okay? If it's not on autopilot, you can't afford to be like, nah, I'm gonna just chill. I ain't going to class today or whatever. Okay. Is it on autopilot? Okay, then it sounds like I need to get that term paper in. Because the way that I'm able to go to school right now is through my scholarship, and I can't afford to lose that. Hey man, come and ride with me, come and go and do this, come and go and do that, right? No, my freedom could be at stake. You think that party there, you don't get along with that person, so-and-so gonna be there trying to set you up? Your freedom is at risk. Somebody step on your shoe. Man, you step on my shoe. Okay, my bad, I'm sorry. I've had that happen before. I just was genuinely rushing, not being intentional, stepped on her shoe. She couldn't let it go. I said, I'm sorry. Can I help you? And at the end of the night, I realized you have to change your position in your surroundings. How many people in here play chess? If you don't study the game, because that's another thing of successful people is strategy. You strategize. When you come in at the table and when you meet and you're not thinking about gossiping, you finding ways to strategize on the next series of the YouTube. You trying to figure out how to monetize, how to turn that on. He'll tell you to do TikTok. You tell him about YouTube. And you writing this stuff off as business people, right? And you creating wealth. All over 30 minutes. Instead of saying, well, I seen Carly Red and she hit that girl in the head off of Love and Hip Hop. Do what you do. But once again, if your life, not just your money, is not on autopilot, and your life is not like a business, you cannot afford to be a part of things that can take you away from your future. Financial management, that's another thing. Learn that early on. People say, oh, you don't need credit, you don't need that. Business people use business credit. But you first have to start with personal credit before you can have business credit. Interest rates. That's how you make money, using other people's money. But not if you messing it up and thinking, oh, okay, I'm gonna just not pay my debt back or handle that. Same thing, do that even with your student loans. Be mindful. First thing I did when I got it, because I didn't come for money, was buy a laptop and iPods and all kind of stuff. Just because they gave that on as a student loan as a freshman year. And I said, wait a minute, why am I having to pay all of this back? So be mindful of those kind of things and diligent. Your mentor. Yes, sir.
For me, I think I'd be amiss if I don't mention my mother, which I know you did say in
mom and dad, no. But I think the journey, the perseverance she has taught me, and my creative journey, and also probably everything else. She used to take me to auditions to act as a kid, so that was being very supporting. And just how she continues to motivate me and encourage me every day. But I'd also be amiss if I don't mention Roger. Roger has given me a platform to showcase my creativity, and just the continuous words of affirmation every other week keeps you going as a creative. It keeps you feeling noticed, keeps you feeling like you're actually on the right path, and he's actually doing something I'd like to do, which is speaking about culture. And so those are my mentors and motivators.
Thank you. And I agree. I would be remiss if I didn't mention my mother and my grandmother. So those are people that are natural layers and your pillars, or your brother, your sister, or whomever. However, I just want to make sure that I'm clear about that. I took a different path than my mother took. So there were certain elements that I could not grab, that my family just could not give me. So I had to stretch, take a leap, and to me. So I encourage you, someone that's maybe an acting coach, or someone here with the scholarship committee, or because unfortunately, those are the people that's going to help you get to those other layers. So you're going to always have your core, but you're going to have different layers for different things.
Hi, I'm Deja. So are you talking about like a
Mentor.
career mentor?
Anywhere, a mentor outside of a family member.
I know. I can honestly say Roger. I would say that he helped me with the confidence to put my books out, and as well as reach out to those who can directly support the book. Artistically speaking, I would say I've been my own mentor as far as like drawing and things like that. But otherwise, I would say, even with that, I would say Roger helped me be my own mentor. That kind of hierarchy as well. But yeah.
Yeah, wonderful. And that's not ironic. It has to start within yourself, right? Because for him to care more, be more motivated more than you, then in that way, that's not taking ownership. And that's another word to stick out to you, as accountability. You have to be the driving force and the motivator, because then that unlocks other levels of other resources. Just like, I see Deja out there. She's out in front of Wilson's, or she's out, I remember seeing you, she's out going on a book tour at Wine and Bliss. She's booking things. So she's showing that she's just like business. She's showing that she is strategizing. She is producing her own results in her sales. So now this is where the investors, meaning not just monetary people that want to pour into you, because they see that you are motivated, that they're not going to have to necessarily just always hold your hand, even in infancy. So that's the good part about it as well. Do not always wait for someone to, Roger, like, okay, how are you doing? I need you to come every weekend. He may say 1 time, 2 times, that should be it. Because this should add value to your life. So he shouldn't every time he see you say, well, are you gonna come this way? This is important for you. We're all adults in here. So you have to start, or going to him and not just when you want something to say. One of the good things here is the synergy is, you come up with the YouTube, right? And then you have the TikTok. Sometimes in that is reciprocity, meaning don't always go to somebody when you need something and just pull their resources. Figure out how you can add value. So in your classes, participating, raising your hand, coming to your teacher and saying, well, I like how you talked about there. Is there anything else I could do to grow in this place? Or tell them something that they don't know. That's also a value-added activity, because like the brother said on there, you want to start solving problems, not creating problems. Every time you come, woe is me, I have this problem, can you solve this for me? That gets draining. I'm going to tell you that no matter how empathetic a person could be, start trying to find solutions. And one of those ways is stop putting yourself in unnecessary situations, right? So Your mentor, girl.
So I would say I have two, similar to what he said. Even though you said not about the family, but I have to say my mom. I'm sorry, I just have to because my mom. I feel like she goes really above and beyond and really pushes me. And not everybody has a mom that does that because she really goes out of her way. And I would have to say Roger too because he's just helped me like just be an ear to me like when I was going through stuff and like he just helped me like see like people that add value and people that don't, and that people that I don't need in my life, and just help me like just see things differently. So I really appreciate it for that.
And that's extremely helpful. And this is just healthy feedback. I used to be the same way. Hey, Rich, I got this problem. What's going on? Can you solve this? Always pouring into the cup, right? But what I start wanting to do is pause. Because what happens is sometimes we get accustomed to doing just that. And then it becomes a crutch. Sometimes when you're dealing with it, try to figure out ways of solvency, but say, hey, Roger, I already wrote a script for you for your next. Or would you like for me to be a scribe? Would you like for me to be the moderator for the next event? I heard that you needed someone to stand at the Juneteenth festival or the Irish festival or any festival. Would you mind if I stand in there for you so you can handle something else? That's synergy. That's reciprocity. Because that other stuff becomes draining. So I'm always going to teach you this. One, see how you can also add value to someone else's life, whether it's your mentor, whether it's your mother or whomever. But once again, remember, there's only a certain capacity that some of the people that are closest to us that can give us. So I want you to find Bronner and Bronner, something, one of the cosmetology as well. And I mean no harm, no offense. Meaning someone, is your mom a cosmetologist?
Yes,
she is.
She has her own business too.
Absolutely. So is there something, and this could be helpful to her as well, somebody else that can unlock, do you eventually want a product line?
Not really, like, I mean, maybe, possibly, but not really. I think I want to do multiple things in cosmetology though, but I don't know about that.
Okay, so just throwing that out there, manufacturing. There's a lot of resources that even as business owners, we haven't been able to tap into yet. So that could be helpful even to you and your mom. I want to be the first person in my family to have a product line. So I'm going to contact somebody in Atlanta or go to a women's festival to where I'm going to get business cards to find manufacturers. So that's what I mean by finding mentorship, people that can motivate and move you to unlock another level that even one of your mentors can unlock, but it depends on how far you want to go. And that distribution space is a booger, you know it. So you need key players that's already in that space to be able to help get you into that.
Okay, that's why I asked earlier if you mean directly career-wise. For example, you are doing pharmacy, right? Pharmacy. That's why I was saying you mean mentor as in like directly tied to like pharmacy, for example.
No, the only reason why I brought, because she mentioned she wanted to be a cosmetologist, and she mentioned her mother, and so I was trying to draw a connection. And so that was just because of us having a conversation. So it could be any motivator, if you a mentor, but I was just saying someone outside of kin, of family, because that's why I was trying to draw that connection, because there's different levels sometimes we need to unlock that, you know, that you may have to step out of your comfort zone or the people you're most comfortable with to get to that level.
Yeah, I had to do that for Riz.
Yeah.
I couldn't take him no further. I had to let him give it to somebody else because I couldn't. It was beyond me. You know, so I had to step back. That's what I've been doing the last 5 years. He's been doing what others was. I couldn't take him that far.
And he was able to grow.
Yeah.
And he still can have you and give you your flowers, but he was able to partner exactly, or oxygen and flowers. This is for everybody. But that's what I meant. Thank you for bringing out that example.
And that's what I was referring to.
Yeah.
Okay. It could be any mentor. Yeah.
Okay, then in that case, if my answer stays.
Okay.
I feel like, of course, people who see the value in you and what you can do are like your mentors. So for me, I think my peers are my mentors, honestly. So like people that I don't really talk to every day, but you know, my friends. I had 2 specific friends in general that are like my mentors. And she's my mentor, as a matter of fact, too, because I can sit up here and I know if I get lazy on things, you know, she tell me to get up or something like that, you know. Things that I'm really supposed to do, because, you know, if somebody see the value in you, you know, and you feel like giving up, then you feel like when you give up, you lose it all and stuff like that. It's like, what would them people think when you lose it all? You know, they put all this into you, and then you just sat up there and say you want to give up. You just feel like they feel like you wasted your time with everything and stuff like that. They would really have hope for you, and then it's like you lost value for yourself. So honestly, 2 specific friends, honestly, that I could say that one of them's my cousin. He's like my best friend. And the second one, we share a hobby together, and we kind of like make music and stuff together. So it's kind of like he sees my potential. So it's like I influence people. Hell, even my little brother sees it and stuff in me. So it's kind of like, damn, can I really keep going with this and stuff like that? So if I don't leave it on the floor today, then you know.
That's powerful. So that means it's a lot of synergy. We've heard from everyone else. One thing I'm gonna encourage you, even if you have one mentor, I'm gonna tell you to find your own personal board of directors. Board of directors usually who is governing over like a not-for-profits or business. Like here at the college, you have your board of directors that's over. I challenge you to have 3 personal board of directors. People that's gonna identify them is the first step within this next month. Next, the following after that, do a execution. Remember, ideation, a plan without no action is dead. So actually follow through. Reach out to them, whether it's phone call, email, and hold yourself accountable. Whether it's your personal career, if you haven't decided, undecided, even just as a student, how can I identify 3 people that are gonna help me through this process, but also 2, I can add value into their life. So 3, and then follow up with them. Set up regular, reoccurring meetings and ask them their frequency. Say, hey, I would like to have a 1-hour standing meeting with you on Wednesdays. And also to have an agenda, have a topic. Don't wait for them to come up with the topics because you're using them as a resource. Say, for example, on the agenda, I want to specifically talk about career goals. I want to find about funding. I want to figure out what should I do next. But also identify people that are value added, right? So if you know you want to have a marketing career and you're pretty settled on it, it may not make the most sense to reach out to someone that is science, right? Unless you can find some kind of connection, or, hey, I'm a freshman and I know I'm going to have a heavy load of chemistry and so on and so forth. Or I like how you have time management. So this is be very specific of what you want from that person. Right? And come up, next accountability action is come up with your 10-second what? Elevator pitch. Who am I? How am I showing up? When you're on campus, it's not just when you're at home, when you're out in the community. Think about how are you showing up, and is your brand matching what you claim you want to achieve? And if it doesn't align, you need to go back to the drawing board. And guess what? Your personal board of directors is going to hold you accountable and set you straight. Okay? So I want to thank you for taking the time this evening. Thank you so much for partnering. Thank you for allowing me to share levels of wisdom with you. It feels great to be back here of the wonderful home of the Kansas City, Kansas Community College, and seeing all of you. And thank you for taking a chance. Thank you for taking a leap. Thank you for owning yourself. Thank you for the level of confidence that you have within yourself. I challenge you to continue to speak life into yourself. Continue to speak confidence in yourself. Walk around with your head held high. We are in our winning season. We don't have time to play games. The time is what? The time is now. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, life can be wonderful. Keep your mind to it. We all can gain victory. Come on.
Victory.